Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Tiye Noelle Show. We're back with another episode. We have UK Mandem embarrassing us on Gunna's internet. We also have a new Stacey Dash that is now MAGA. And we also have Senegal saying, "Who gon' check me, boo?" on this episode. So let's get to hot topics. Was that cringe? Okay, guys, we are in London, and Gunna was there for his concert, the Wanna tour, right? Ken, you're the man of this. Was it?
101.
101 tour.
Oh, 101.
And he's been doing his 5K Wanna run with him in every single city that he's been going to. He did one in Toronto, he's doing one in London. And let me tell you, the madam was embarrassing. I'm actually so sorry. Like, I want men to have things. I love Black Boy Joy. I want you to love your favorite person and, enjoy all the things. Yes, I do. If this was Beyonce, I too would be very excited. But if you're running with this man and you're like, "Come on, Gunna, catch up, run with me," embarrassing. So let's roll the clip so you guys can see how cringe this was.
Let's get this shit going. Come on, Gunna. My boy. Let's go. Yeah, good. Come on, Gunna, let's push. Hey, Gunna, come on, man. Catch me, fam. Hey, Gunna, catch me. Hey, Gunna. My boy. You know.
This guy was so infatuated with Gunna that he thought Gunna tripped him up.
Let's go, A. Let's go, A. Yo, A. Hey. Let's go. Yes, Gunna. How would you like to be in your next music video? How many likes?
I've got one question, broski. Thank you, bro. I've got one question. How many likes in this video to get backstage tonight? 0. Shit.
The women have been calling them insecure, saying this, saying that, saying this. But boy, this has proved them right.
Guys, I'm so sorry. Was that not cringy? Wasn't that cringy? Secondhand embarrassment I felt. That one that was bare breathing hard, but chase me. Chase you like a little princess. Why do you want to be chased by Gunna? Disgusting. Absolutely.
Men love other men.
They love her. This is the part of misogyny that we don't look at. The one where it's like ego, you must be near the richest, the most powerful man, like you're gagging for it. Like at this point, get on your knees, babe.
Crazy.
At this point, get on your knees and suck Gunna, because it was given that you lot would want to do that. It was too much, Ken. It was too much. This guy said, "Oh, Gunna wanted to take a picture of me. I had to tell him it was the last one." Good day.
Is that not flirting?
Good day. Literally, why are you playing with Gunna? Like, you're trying to get an interview with him. You're talking about how many likes since I can get backstage. Why are you trying to get backstage for free? Are you groupie? You wanted to gal them. Oh, embarrassing. Ken, what do you have to say for your rage mates and your race mates? Actually, to be fair, there was a white man out there too that thought Gunna tripped him. Boy, bye.
I thought that maybe it was like a younger crowd.
No.
I was speaking to one of my friends earlier this week about it because I didn't even know about it. She brought it up to me, and she was like, she was just talking about she's from London, and she was just talking about it, and yeah, I thought it was young people, but she was like, "Nah, I knew people from there." I think she knew people from the videos, and I was like, I couldn't believe it, and I hadn't seen the videos at that point, but of course, phone's listening to us. As soon as I put the phone down, the next day I saw all of the videos. I said, "Nah, man,
it's too much." Now, people are obviously getting at them saying like, you spent £50 to run with Gunna. I don't actually think that's an issue. £50 run with Gunna, you get a t-shirt, like it's nice. Like you're going, if you're a runner, I think a lot of these guys were there balaclavaed up, they are not runners.
But there's more. You got like a Nando's meal.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. You get goodie bags. Some
That's
people,
part of the
depending on
50
how
pounds.
fast you ran,
Oh.
some people got medals. Like the fastest woman and the fastest man that completes it get medals. So, or like, chains from him, and they're like, I think they're meant to be like 10 grand each. Apparently, don't know if that's true, but hey,
Wow.
do you know what I mean? So it's like, I think it's a good event. I would go if I was a runner and I was into running. You get your little Nando's, you get your little thing, you can mix and mingle with people that run and stuff like that. But it was just this extraness that was on it that just made it cringy.
I mostly saw the thing about the £50, which I think is just a filter, because then otherwise
everyone would come. Yeah. And I still don't think £50 for what it is a lot. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm so sorry. I need the UK boys to actually go and sit down. You can have Black Boy Joy. When no one said you can't have Black Boy Joy, but that was beyond. That was beyond. Gagging for it, dying for it, to literally sit on Gunna's lap.
Is there anybody that you lot think that you might do that for?
I don't think there is literally anyone that I can think of that I would be like, come on, Beyonce, chase me. Like, what? What? Not even
sure?
Beyonce. Rihanna, oh my God, come on, Rihanna, dance with me. Like, what?
Fortunately, the privilege is that it's never going to look the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's not 1 for 1.
Yeah.
That's the point. The whole, how many likes I get backstage? If a woman said that to Gunna, oh, that's fine. A man begging for backstage tickets through likes. Unacceptable conditions. Like, that's unacceptable. I'm so sorry. No way.
Because it's like, when men go to concerts and stuff, they barely even
oh my God,
themselves.
Kim, we went out on Saturday, So we went out on Saturday and we saw the boys in the booth next to us all standing on the booth, all standing it was so cringy. Like, where are the men? Like, who we were with was just like, yeah, you guys come and take over, sit where you want, stand on the booth, all of that stuff. And then these guys here are all standing on the booth. The girls are there sitting in the corner. Well, there are hardly any girls, but when they did have girls, the girls were just there in the little corner, and the men are the ones standing on the chairs in the booth.
They want to be the baddies.
They want to be baddies and seen so bad. It's so cringy. I'm so sorry. We need to change that in club culture. We need to change that in culture in general. Why?
The PR. We've been living our best lives, and they want it for themselves. They don't want to pay.
And these ones were 6 foot tall. At this point, your head is brushing ceiling, or they're standing on the chair. Get off the chair. It's not for you.
We made it look good.
Anyway, next. Other things that was happening as well with Gunna, which was very scary. So a young lady was sexually assaulted at the Gunna concert at the O2 Arena. She basically was enjoying the show, and then she turned around and felt this man behind her, and then he ejaculated on her leg. So obviously she freaks out. She's like, goes for help. He goes off into the bathroom, changes his clothes, and then tries to come back. And it wasn't because, if it wasn't for the fact that she obviously saw his face, recognized him, and also got a recording of him, he's changed his outfit now, so he was trying to get away with it. So I feel like premeditated. You knew that you was going to do this, because what kind of sexual deviant are you that not only are you behind a woman and ejaculate on her, but you also brought a change of clothes to continue doing that throughout the night? He obviously was taken by security and arrested, and he's still in custody. But this poor girl, she literally was just like, this is my favorite rapper. I wanted to go. I was really excited to go, but that she spent the majority of the night crying and traumatized because of this sicko.
And apparently, come forward, please. Nobody did anything. Bouncer was saying that this guy has been found to be in the incel Discord chat, and he reposts super weird things on Instagram, like about all the things incels are into: manipulation, control, blah, 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 blah. It's weird.
These incels are losers. I don't understand what they're selling to these young men. I get they're trying to be like, oh, you're going to be rich and famous. Like, you're going to be rich. You're going to get all the girls and all this kind of stuff. But most of them can't even have conversation with girls.
Yeah.
To the point that you are behind this girl and you're wanking off and ejaculating behind her in a club, in a concert.
Weird.
Could never even open your mouth to even talk to her.
Well, that's what you're missing. I think the incel thing is for men who can't get girls. So they then create this whole narrative about, you know, get your money up and do this and do that. Then you can, the money and all of the stuff that they preach to these young men is what gives you access to then.
I hear it,
the
but
women to treat
where's
them.
the chapter on learning how to talk to girls?
That's what's
where's
missing. That's
yeah,
what
but
I'm
where's
saying.
the
That's not
chapter on
part of it.
actually being able to have conversations and talk to girls? Because I've seen these little clips of like and different documentaries of where these men can't even have like proper conversation with these girls. But then they're like, oh, I think that they're going to be mean and they're going to be this. And then everyone's just like, hi, like, how are you? And they're like, oh my God, like they freak out about the fact that these women are normal people.
But this is the thing, as the sister of an incel, I'll tell you that the way they get there.
This is not funny, I'm so sorry.
You said what?
That's not funny, I'm so sorry.
It's been a journey.
Period.
But I'm saying, like,
He's not there yet.
The thing they bond over initially to get them into this community is as a type of hate towards women.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's this thing where we love them, but we hate them because we can't have them. But when we do all the things that we can have them, we can then control them. We can have them in the way that we want. So by the time you even accumulate those things, you don't even know how you really feel about women. You don't really love or like women.
Yeah.
It's now something to attain, to prove something to yourself. So he's not the kind of person that would ever say anything to her because he's conditioned to think, well, to hate her in a way.
Yeah.
And London's moving weird these days. Last time I went back, some guy on the bus whacked out his thing and started.
Stop it.
Yeah.
That happens here in Toronto, by the way.
That's
yeah.
I had to get off the bus.
It's born from the frustration. So the guys that could not talk to girls then acquire money, and they see that women, once they acquire money or once they acquire power or whatever, they see that that gives them access to a certain type of woman. Yeah. So that's what then allows them to preach to these boys, because they're preaching to their younger selves essentially. It's like, I was in a position where I couldn't get girls before. I then got money. I then started going gym. I then started doing whatever, blah, blah. And it gives you access to a certain class of women.
No, I hear it, but I'm just... No, 100% is
because not every incel gets rich. The 1%, maybe.
Yeah, and I think they're missing a few chapters, is basically what I'm saying. He is absolutely hideous. He looks like an even more awful version of Kodak Black. And that is saying something, because Kodak is a monster and a gremlin. But yes, I feel really sad for this girl, and I hope that she is doing well and gets therapy and the help that she wants, and he should go under the jail.
North London, do your thing.
I was like, I probably wouldn't have known what was going on. Like, as in, I probably wouldn't have, I wouldn't have thought it was what it was, basically. I wouldn't have believed it.
I mean, you could, because who does that in a concert? Like, also, you're whipping out in a concert, you ejaculate on her, she feels it on her leg, she turns around, you're putting it, it's happening very quick and low to the ground. I can understand why most people didn't see it's happening. Yeah. But once she's going off and you're like, wait, what's going on here?
But that's what I mean.
Someone needs to jump him.
That's the part I mean, because I'm like, if I heard that, I would be like, there's no way that's happened. I wouldn't believe that.
No,
I would just think maybe a spit or something. There's not, like, what?
Because men don't believe the hideous things and heinous thing that other men do. Men are, I'm so sorry to tell you about your sex, absolutely disgusting. Anytime a woman says that a man is capable of doing these things, I please applaud you to just believe it the first time. Believe it. You guys do some weird shit. Weird shit. Do you know what I can tell you? I was meant to go on a date this weekend. Yeah? I was supposed to go on a date this weekend. This guy planned the date. Oh, we're going to go play archery. Okay, great. And then on the Friday, he was like, so after the date, do you want to fuck? Question mark. So obviously, I'm a grown-ass woman, so I ignore it, and I'm no longer going on this date. Then on Saturday, he messages saying, are we still on for the date at 5 p.m? Obviously, I'm going to ignore it. And then on Sunday, he then messages saying, hi, this is not Caesar, because I'm going to say his name. He says, hi, this is not Caesar. This is the different person. If you want to speak to Caesar, this is the number. I'm sorry. What is it like? I'm sorry. This is not Caesar.
I'm
If you want to speak to
confused.
Caesar, this is the number.
We're in our 30s, by the
We're in
way.
our 30s.
What?
He's basically saying that the person that I was talking to and communicating with, the person that said, "Do you want to fuck?" is not him. But if I still want to speak to him, then I should contact this number. After when I first started talking to him, he was like, "I'm so sorry that it took me a while to get back to you because I was sorting out a new number." That's how he initially started the conversation. I got a new phone and got a new number, which is why it took me a couple of days to message you. And then now you're saying, "Oh, it's not him. It's not me. Sorry. If you want to speak to Caesar, this is his number," and gave me a whole other number.
What's the thing in Men in Black? Like
Yeah, literally. He thinks he's got what's it called?
Nebulizer?
Whatever. Yeah. This is what men are. This is the men
Of today.
Yeah, I got nothing for you, man. That's wild.
Anyway.
Wild.
Yeah, I don't even know what else to say. I don't even know what to say. A mess. But yeah, there's insults everywhere, and they're not 12-year-old boys, I'll tell you that. They're not. Very strange. Anyway, next, Druski dropped a new skit dressed as Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's widow. And honestly, the thing with Druski is, like, I applaud him. He is always spot on. He studied, like, whoever he's replicating in these skits, he is studying them down to the gestures, to what they're wearing, facial expressions. So freaking funny. For me, the best part of this is when her in the car is so funny. Also, Kim was like, his hands are so nice and feminine. And I was like, I looked on his page, these are his hands. He actually has really nice feminine hands, slim hands. It's this bit that gets me. Because there's that one video where she's really like looking with her blue eyes, like, and it's scary. And he got it down packed, and this is why I'm holding the Bible, because we gotta take care of our people.
He is one big faced.
I'm telling you, listen.
To full AI as well.
Because literally, so this has like over 200 million views, like 160 on X. There's 7 million on Facebook, like on Instagram. So crazy how many millions of views that this has. It's probably his second most popular skit after the church one. The church one is still number one. But then he also did the redneck one as well.
Yeah.
So obviously a bunch of conservatives have come out and basically said that Ted Cruz said that this is beneath us. Megan McCann said that people are literally birthed from hell. She said that he's birthed from hell to make a mockery of Erica Kirk. It's comedy. Sure. It's literally comedy. Like, leave it alone.
They've done worse.
They've done worse things.
Literally,
they've done worse. Yeah,
done
literally
worse things.
And obviously, Complex named him the number one comedian of last year, and Rolling Stone nominated him as the influential creator of 2025. So I feel like everything that Druski is doing, great, A star. Like, I'm loving all of it. I think it's so funny. I feel with Erica Kirk though, there was reports that she was going to send him a cease and desist. That has been since debunked, and apparently that's not actually a thing. I know that obviously Candace Owens is like on her neck as well, because at this point, that first clip when he's walking in, jumping up and down and like doing all this was Charlie Kirk's funeral, by the way. That was when she walks out on that stage.
But she didn't do the
jumping up and down, but she was very much like
cheery.
Okay.
It was a bit too much for me. Like, Candace has been questioning, like, your husband dies, now you are the CEO, you literally on Turning Point CEO, like on tour. Like, at this point, it seems like this was a sacrifice.
Hasn't she been given a position as well, like something to do with air? Like, yeah, air. Let me fact check that. But she's been appointed some senior position. You know, Trump is just handing out positions to.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me. They've literally put her as like this widow martyr. Like, everyone's like, "Oh my God, bless this woman. She's lost this guy," like as if he was Martin Luther King. Like, it's very strange to me how much they are adoring this lady and she is there with her big. Well, it's not her big face because
in their world,
he is Martin Luther King, and I'm like, what did he do? What oppression did he save you from? It makes no sense. 3 weeks ago, she actually did a talk where she was speaking in front of a bunch of people saying, you know, we need to protect our men, our young men, particularly our white men. Saying, you know, don't feel bad about being masculine and all this kind of stuff. So then there was that. And then I think Seth Rogen must have called her like weird and strange or something like that. So for the last couple of weeks, she's been getting it. So for this to then come out was probably the cherry on the top. And now she feels like everyone's like, oh my God, I feel so sorry for her. But I'm sorry, those tears mean absolutely nothing to me. Anyway, Druski, shout out to you. Keep doing your thing, babe. I'm sorry, I found it so funny. Which one is your favorite skit? This one or the church one?
The church one.
I think the church one. And then also he did the white rally car NASCAR driver one as well. Oh, where he did like the redneck, where he's dressed up as the redneck.
That was my first introduction to his skit.
That was the first major big skit that's happened in the last year, like his production value and the prosthetics of it all. Do you know what I mean?
It's just the fact that obviously he got a whole church involved. Like congregation and everyone.
Yeah. And I also just think that the church for us is on the nose because it's our culture. So it's a bit different. Like you see your pastor,
Toby, all of that.
Yeah.
He's had some good ones. These ones obviously, because I guess his popularity is growing, are more, you know, the ones that are being talked about more. But he had one like in a nail shop. Like a nail technician.
Actually, I think I remember that one.
I like the stud finder stuff he does.
Yeah. Which one's that?
Where he tries to convert studs.
Oh.
Yeah.
I always see him do that on his like that dating show. Is it a dating show that he has when he's literally, and he goes on dates with all the studs.
Yeah.
It's like I get his theory, to be honest.
Nah.
Listen, I'm sorry. No one will ever make me hate Druski. He's so funny. Really without under those baggy clothes.
Yeah, like their face is always on 10.
Have you seen the ones that were on the show?
I've only seen it.
Yeah, the ones on the show were really given that. I'm not gonna lie. But they might have the body. Who knows?
They highlighted the good ones, I guess.
But yeah, shout out to Druski. Anyway, let's get next.
Speaking of MAGA.
No, honestly, when I tell you I'm so disappointed, I'm so disappointed. Everyone is disappointing me. The more we watch, look on the internet, and everyone starts coming out, people are making mistakes. And anyway, so Chilli from TLC, this one here, the one that never ages, the one that actually looks really great, sounds great, looks great. She has been linked to donating money to Donald Trump. That's one, because this is a double whammy of a terrible story. Not only is she donating money to Donald Trump, but she also reposted a conspiracy theory that Michelle Obama was born a man. So she liked the post and reposted it on her page. She has apparently donated almost $1,000 to Donald Trump. And then apparently back in 2017, she also was criticized by saying all lives matter. So apparently she's been on this for a while. We've just been none the wiser. So this seems to be Chilli's judge. She obviously has come out and said that the reason why she donated to these Donald Trump funds was because she supports veterans and young people, was it? Human trafficking. Mind you, this is Epstein's best friend. This is Epstein's best friend. Yeah. But you think his...
You missed the ante off. Let's not do that to her.
Insane.
Don't do that to Chilli, man.
What do you mean? Chilli did it herself. She did it herself. She's supporting this man, and she's saying that it's for veterans, the same veterans that he's there taking all of their benefits down, closing down government so none of them can eat. Then she's saying that she's giving money for human trafficking, and this is the same man that's been trafficking women with Epstein, fucking them on the island, kissing minors, grabbing them by the pussy. I'm sorry. She's an idiot. She's actually an idiot. She's an idiot. And then she said that obviously the Michelle Obama post was a mistake. Salt from Salt and Pepper comes out and says that she should hold her head up high, and she, it was definitely a mistake because they're going on tour. And the reason why they're coming out and doing all this stuff is because they're going on tour and they know that their audience is black women, and black women ain't fucking with this. And that's the only reason why they feel they need to come out and say something. But truly, if this is what you want and this is what you truly believe, Chilli, stand on it. Stand on it. I'd rather you just be, listen, I'm MAGA, I believe Donald Trump is this, blah, 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 blah. Stand on it. But let's not fake the funk and pretend that this is not what you agree with just because you're trying to sell some tickets.
Listen, is it also not possible though? Like, yes, let's not forget this is an older woman, even though she looks.
Oh, baby, she is in her 50s.
Right. And, obviously, our parents and that, the internet is confusing them. Maybe she's a victim of that. Maybe she's, yeah, maybe, you
can repost things by mistake. I'm not going to say you can't repost things by mistake. But I just find it strange that you are looking at posts like that, because I'm sorry, a post of Michelle Obama being a man ain't on my algorithm.
Right. Maybe she's following someone.
So why is it on you? Because she's MAGA. This is what I'm trying to say. Because she is MAGA, that is why this is on your algorithm. But it's because you support Donald Trump. This is the type of stuff that is on your algorithm. That's why.
But it's shared now. So what people that are following
shared, it doesn't appear on hers.
It wouldn't be on my feed. It's on her feed because this is the people that she associates with, the same people that like stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? That's why it's like that.
And as these conservatives do, they suffer or benefit from a few levels of privilege.
Yes.
That bring them away from poor, dark, whatever, etc. So it's like the more wealth you have, you're more likely to align, or the more you can align with whiteness, the more likely you are to align. And she does have a few levels of privileges.
Yeah, I'm actually just so disappointed. Not that I was actually going to go, because I was thinking of going for 1 minute, and then I realized En Vogue is enough and I don't need to see TLC. But girl, a disappointment. What a disappointment. Next, I don't want to talk about you, Chilli. And I'm just sick of black people coming out as MAGA. I'm sick of seeing it. They are so out of touch from where they were raised, who their family members are. I understand you have money and maybe you're doing well, but what about the rest of your family? Do you not care about anyone else that looks like you, comes from the same stock as you, that you can't take care of all of your family financially? Do you not want to have them in better positions? Why would you vote for this man? How does it make sense? Next.
On to her ex.
Do you remember last week we was talking about Justin Bieber and Usher having their little argument at Beyonce's party? Well, Usher now is sitting down with Forbes, and in that conversation, he mentioned Sean Diddy Combs. And he said, he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He basically said that he has nothing to say negative about his mentor. He said that he feels like what was seen on socials and online about Diddy was a misrepresentation of Sean Combs, the Sean Combs that he knows, because my experience was not what the world has seen and how he has been misrepresented. This is literally what he says. He said, I'm not saying that every man has to be perfect. I'm not saying that all of us don't have flaws, but I can't with any sense of humanity not recognize the value and contribution this man has made for us as Black entrepreneurs, for us as businessmen, and for us as people who are transitioning the culture and ideas into something that are tangible and becoming businesses. Let me tell you something, yeah? There's no business worth more than the value of lives. And I think that this is the issue with capitalism right now. And that is the problem with Black people wanting to be aligned with these. We care more about aligning with them with power and money than actually our morals compass. I don't give a damn how much he's transitioned you from being a successful man and out of wherever you came from, when he's beating down on women and raping women and flying them here and there, getting people hooked on drugs and stealing catalogs. That was your experience, but every other artist or bad boy has no money. People had to turn to Christ, Mace. Some people are dead.
Some people left their country.
Some people went to jail and then had to flee the country to become prime ministers. Yeah? because of this man's wickedness. And you're coming here talking about Puff is my mentor and he's been misrepresented. Usher, please sit down and have a fucking seat. Like, well, he is, but like, stay there. Like, actually stay there. I'm so disappointed. Like, why are we here?
Did they ask him?
Yeah, they asked about him. Yeah.
He actually never needed to say anything.
It never needed to be said. It never needed to be said. I'm sorry.
Because I think for me, the word is misrepresented. You can say that you have a different experience of someone, but you cannot say they are misrepresented because that wasn't your experience.
Exactly.
And are you sure? Maybe you're on those tapes and you have to say that.
Well, this is what's been said because I'll be sure, who is Quincy's dad and who has been on Diddy's neck since Kim Porter died, basically said that, sorry, this is another strategy gone wrong for PR crisis for Sean Diddy Combs, because apparently he has got a sentence. I don't guess, like, what was it called? Like, he's put in another motion for a sentence to be reviewed again. It's been shot down like twice by now, but he's done it again. And he's basically saying that between this interview and I think Young Miami also did an interview a few weeks ago where she was talking about her experience with P. Diddy, again, wasn't the negative thing that everyone says. These two are meant to be part of the PR strategy for this next appeal for Diddy to get his sentence reduced. And then he also said, I'll be sure, it's alleged that a sizable charitable amount of $1 million has been issued, memo stating brand ambassador fee. Now it's time to pay the piper. Stay strong, little bro. This is Usher he's talking to. You are the biggest artist in the world and somebody knows it. Your legacy is intact with a black fist. So what he's basically saying is he believes that Usher has been paid to say these positive things about Diddy on social.
I don't think he's been paid.
A 1 million, well, allegedly a 1 million sizable charitable amount as a brand ambassador fee. And I wouldn't be surprised. Do you know why? Because I could ask you to do something for me, Ken, and we know that you might not want to do it, but I also have to blackmail you into doing it for me. So I could have tapes and I could do all of these other things and stuff like that. But that's the big kahuna. Like, I might not want to drop that big thing to get you in line, but I need to have something else to get you in line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little bit of money. So if you ever turn around and say, oh, you know, I changed my mind, blah, 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 but you took the money from me though.
Yeah, I was initially going to say I don't think it's the money because I'm like, I don't think Usher's worried about $1 million. He just came off tour, no?
I don't think he's worried about money, but there's a paper trail saying that Diddy paid you. I think that's really what it is. Yeah. You're connected to me.
Yeah.
You've been taking money from.
More than anything, I probably think it would just maybe be Stockholm Syndrome. It's like if somebody has done something for you or put you in a position, because that, I think that's the thing with Diddy, right? Mm-hmm. Which we saw throughout the trials and that, is this like you go from these highs to these incredible, like these major lows, right? And I think for people that are around him, someone like Usher, who he was instrumental in transitioning Usher from what he was doing before to the Usher that we now know today. Yeah, that person probably isn't going to come forward and say, yeah, nah, Diddy's bad and blah, blah. He is going to stick behind him because, bro, you gave me my career. I wouldn't be who I am today. So, unfortunately, yes, I agree. He probably, the word choice was crazy. Like to say misrepresented is insensitive to the victims. Mm-hmm. You can say that wasn't my experience, you know, and that's all you need to say. But the misrepresentation is crazy. But I think that's him just sticking behind someone who put him in the position that he's in. And
you think that is solely based on, because I agree with you. I do think there is Stockholm Syndrome with him, but you think that's solely based on his own free will and not from the puppeteering of Diddy, his team coercing him to potentially be doing this, to be involved in this case that Diddy is trying to.
I didn't see the actual interview, so I don't know, because it sounds like it was a random interview and you just got asked the question.
It was about a bunch of other stuff.
So that being the case, I'm just like, yeah, it probably wasn't.
Okay.
You just got asked during an interview, and yeah, that was your answer.
Okay.
Because I think if it was that, he probably may have. Because that to me seems like you've said something and maybe haven't had the time to actually really think about what it is you're saying. Because surely your publicist or someone should have been able to get in front of you and be like, let's reword that. Like, let's.
Well, this is why I'm like, this is even with the Young Mammy one and even with this Usher one. These are interviews that are like on the books. This is a Forbes interview.
Okay.
For Forbes. Yeah.
So we should have known the
So
questions.
he probably was aware of some of the questions, but he definitely knew that this was happening for some time, longer than a week. I hear what you're saying, but I do find it very strange that in the last 2 weeks, 2 people have come out and had interviews around Diddy saying how, you know, that's not been my experience at the same time that he is trying to appeal his sentence. That's what I find strange. And these are one of the biggest artists in all. This is Usher talking about people that someone who we respect. So obviously we take Usher's word for it. But I just find, and I also think that for Al B. Sure to come out and say what he's saying, I believe it. Was a sizable charity, was it? What did he say? Brand ambassador fee? That sounds very up Diddy Street.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, anyway, shout out to Usher.
Wow.
We do care. Jay-Z, your man Jay-Z is back out. Jay-Z is doing, it's the 30th anniversary?
30th and 25th.
30th and 25th anniversary of the Blueprint and Reasonable Doubt, sorry. And he is doing a concert, 2 concerts in the Barclays Center. He's also doing Roots Picnic in Philadelphia I think next month. So the tickets everything's in uproar. Tickets are hard to get. There was like 9,000 people in the queue for it. Everyone is trying to get them tickets to go and see Jay-Z on one of them nights. Apparently he might be bringing out a 3rd night where it's meant to be like a mix of both, which I think everyone's saying that that's the best night to try and get now. But part of the promotion and the rollout of these anniversary dates is that Jay-Z sat down with GQ and did his first interview in God knows how long. Like, we don't hear from Jay-Z, like, ever. So there was a bunch of things to ask, but people were like, of all the people that he could sit down, who is this baby Ute?
No, he did a great job. Yeah, he did a good job.
I think he did a good job. That's not what I'm saying. I actually really enjoyed the interview.
I saw good things.
Yeah, no, I didn't see good things. I mean, I saw good things about the interview itself.
No, the interviewer.
About the interviewer.
Yeah, I saw good things.
I saw good things in saying it was a good interview. They liked the interviewer because he seemed like a fan. So he knew like lyrics and all that kind of stuff. But he was knowledgeable about Jay-Z. But then there was also a bunch of people saying that this is basically Jay-Z interviewing himself. He only sits with someone who he knows he can control the questions and the narrative. He's not going to go and sit down with someone like, I don't know, a Charlemagne or someone that will be a bit more critique, like give more critique on what he's saying and a little bit of pushback. This was Jay-Z very much guiding the conversation. Because there was even a point where the guy was like talking about his beef with Nas, and then he was like, well, you know, I was, you know, a Jay-Z fan. And he was like, yeah, I know, obviously. If you're here, obviously, you know, you picked me, obviously you bought my thing. So throughout the interview, the first thing I think they tackled was the rape case. So obviously, Jay-Z along with Diddy were Ted, what's his name? Ted Busby. There's Busby. That freaking lawyer had put out a case against Jay-Z and Diddy saying that they were found essaying a woman. He obviously could have settled. That's what he said. He said, I could have settled and I could have made it go away very quickly. This was very hurtful to me and my family. He was like, there is code that I stand by. No women, no children. I've always stood by that. So for this to come out, this to be someone who is underage, Blues like around the same age and all this kind of stuff, like he's not here for it. So that was kind of the first time that we've seen him talk about it, and he actually opened up the interview really having a conversation about this part, right? What did you think about that, Ken?
I think it was good for him to address. What I think I liked about it is we saw a more vulnerable side of
Absolutely.
Jay-Z.
He was like, it devastated him.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And I don't think we've seen maybe that kind of frankness. And obviously he's in a different phase of life. He's got daughters now, right? So I think that really kind of made it hit home in a different way, you know? Because obviously when the news kind of first broke, I don't know, maybe some people believed that there's people out there that say, oh, there's a surviving Jay-Z documentary that's coming, all of that stuff, right? But I think for the first time, maybe because of these type of allegations, we forget, if you are innocent, what the other side of that can be like. Do you know what I mean? And how disruptive that can be. So yeah, I think that was just good to see that kind of vulnerability from him. And
for him to say that he obviously had to speak to his wife and his child about what is going on and how that was affecting him emotionally. I do think that this is definitely a different side to Jay-Z. You only really hear him speak about the trials and tribulations of his life in his music. Mm-hmm. There's very few times that we're going to have interviews. Well, obviously, this is probably the first time that something like this has ever come out, to be honest. But we don't ever see him talk about things like this. So it was nice to see. But yeah, it was very difficult to hear him say like how much it affected his household. Because we don't really think about that. Then he also got into the whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar situation and what that beef meant, and him picking Kendrick Lamar for the Super Bowl. What I loved was him basically saying, like, I chose the guy that was having a monster year. Like, I think I made the right choice. He was like, with all due respect, I'm fucking Hove. Respectfully, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why the fuck do I care about what beef is going on? I'm picking the right guy for the right moment. And that's what I did. What do you think about that? Because I agree with him.
Yeah, like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Like, what are we talking about? Like, literally, what are we actually talking about? Everyone's like, he's conspiring against Drake, and like he's hating on Drake, and he's part of this like machine that's trying to take Drake down. And it's like, I don't think so.
No, like
it makes sense to pick Kendrick because Kendrick was having the biggest year, like the biggest time. Who else was he gonna pick?
And numbers don't lie. If I'm not mistaken, Kendrick Lamar might be, I think he's probably at least top 3 biggest Super Bowl viewership.
Yeah, he's the number. I think he's the number 1 still, even up before Bad Bunny.
Yeah. So what are we talking about? Like, what did you think he was gonna do? Pick Drake? Like,
right?
Like, he's already even said that he didn't want to do Super Bowl. So yeah, I think people need to. Yeah, this
conspiracy theorist of Jay-Z is actually grinding my gears, and I'm so over it. I'm actually so over it. Then he also said that he feels like there should be a death of rap battles, though. He basically was saying that, you know, obviously rap battles, that's always been a thing in hip hop. But at this point, now with the new age of social media, it's getting beyond just the lyrics. It's getting beyond just the music. It's now like, I hate you and I hate you forever. And now we no longer want to hear anything from this person. And he's just like, I don't know if he's getting old. He said it hurts him and pains him to even say that he wants to take rap battling out of rap, because that's like how he came up, obviously him and Nas and stuff like that. But he just thinks that social media has now made it so that you can't appreciate the music, pick who wins by your choice, and then move on, and everyone can still continue to have a career. It's almost like death to the person, and he's kind of,
because I think people,
it's become beyond.
The fans do too much.
I think people don't understand the history of hip hop. Like, it's these new fans that don't understand like the roots of hip hop and the fact that that is a part of hip hop. Yeah. So it's not something that needs to be like, like, you know, you're taking a side. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, let me attack, you know, like,
shut the house.
Yeah, like all of this stuff. Like, it's not that. Like, it's never been like that. So I think it's just the new age of people who don't understand.
Believe that someone's a pedophile for real.
Yeah. It's just people, new age of people who don't understand. That's the thing when you have younger people and the way, I guess, hip hop has moved, it was never going to stay in its origins, right? This new sound of hip hop that we have is just different, and I don't think people understand that. Celebrity is also different now, so yeah,
and I think that as people we require more it's like the old school rap battles are just probably going to be boring now. I think we are so overstimulated with things
Yeah.
that it takes so much more to make an impression. So things are pushed up to a heightened degree. It's almost like dangerous or too far to
Yeah.
get people's attention just because there's so much happening.
It's like almost like you need to worry about what social media thinks, and the approval of social media and the memes and all of that is more important than the actual music itself.
Yeah. And what response that will create.
Yeah.
And it used to literally just be about the music and the lyrics. And now it's not about that. There are probably some people that would have been capping for Drake and Kendrick who hadn't even properly heard the songs or even understood what the
At
songs
all.
were. It's just like, I'm just a big Drake fan or I'm just a big Kendrick fan. It literally used to be about the music and the lyrics, and that was it.
Yeah. I think it's getting worse. That's how poor Meek Mill, he also
Oh,
was a
mate.
victim of that too, because his whole career went to shit after that one as well.
Yeah.
They also spoke about his relationship with J. Cole. And he's saying there's a narrative that he don't fuck with Cole and all this kind of stuff, but that's not what the case was. He was like, I wanted him to sit with different producers and like I can't force him to do so. I wanted to give him the power to align himself with all of these different producers that I think are good. But if that's not what he wanted to do, then that's fine. So I let him go out and figure out his own. And it took him a while, but I respect it. And like we always support J. Cole. That's what the gist of what he was saying. Do you believe that to be true? Because people also have this narrative that he has been trying to sabotage J. Cole.
Nah, because J. Cole has his masters. So like I think it's just literally, it's understandable. Like obviously J. Cole was one of the first artists signed to Rock Nation, right? And obviously the whole point is like, okay, I'm mentoring you, I'm gonna coach you down this journey that I think is, the way for you to become a superstar. And we all know J. Cole's journey has not been, he's not a Drake. Do you know what I mean? His climb to, I guess, the top has been a much more gradual one. It's been on his terms. And I think there has to be a mutual respect. Like, I agree with him. It's probably like, yeah, from a business perspective, you might be looking at it thinking, bro, like, go to these producers, go to the Pharrells, go to these people. Like, I need you to, like, you're going to pit him against Drake. But now where J. Cole is, like, he made it there himself. And I think people that fuck with J. Cole, he has a very specific and loyal fan base.
Yeah, cult fan base.
Like a cult fan base, which is, he's got his following, and I think he's always gonna have that. So I think it's always better to go the authentic route. I don't think J. Cole would have survived if he tried to do it the way that Jay-Z wanted him to do and chase hits. So,
and the thing about it is, for me, just listening to the way that he spoke about J. Cole, I think that's the difference when you are managed by an artist than you are just on a label with like label execs. He basically said that creatively, this is not what he wanted to do. So I let him do what he wanted to do. He did the same thing with Kanye, apparently similar to with Rihanna. I don't think that Jay-Z is forcing anyone to do anything creatively that they do not want to do.
Yeah. He's been an artist himself. Like,
yeah,
he's been
I think
part of that.
that's the different perspective than you hear from like a Birdman.
Yeah.
And them guys that are locking people down in these crazy ass contracts. I don't think that's the case. For him to leave with his masters, you obviously respect the man.
Yeah, has his own label, like he's doing his own thing, literally. Right. Yeah. So yeah,
I do think though that there's a way that Jay-Z engages with capitalism that is slightly detrimental to the culture and maybe the people he's around.
Well, that was also a conversation because he was basically saying that like it seems like capitalism only became an issue when Black people started to get into it. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like I get his point in terms of why is it that once Black people become successful, there needs to be a level of they've been sacrificing these people, or they've been ripping off these people, or they've been doing all of this underhanded, backhanded things, when actually I'm just here doing the work. That's basically what he was saying.
Rightly or wrongly, there's an expectation that when you come up, there's more responsibility on you. It's just like on a micro level, when you are the one in your family that makes it, you bear more of the grunt of like getting things done and helping people out. is because we're all trying to come up and we're trying to bring each other up with us. And there's this kind of shared burden of that, being mindful of people and not being selfish.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're not allowed to be.
And do you think that, well, I also have my own thoughts about Jay-Z and the whole NFL Colin Kaepernick thing and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to say like I think that he is like an innocent man and has always been, you know, backing the black community in the best ways all the time. Do I think that he is flawed? Absolutely. Do I think that he has made some decisions that were just to benefit him? Yes. The NFL thing and the Super Bowl thing is definitely one of those situations. Anyway, let's see if he brings out more music. We'll see.
I think he will. Just not.
I do feel like there are things brewing for Jay-Z though. I'm not gonna lie. There's too much going on. There's too much talk. People do not like this man, it seems. They are gunning for him. Anyways, speaking of Drake was at the JUNO Awards and he was
he at there?
Well, he wasn't. He was virtually
in spirit.
That man said, "I will not set foot in this award
now
show."
That's someone who
listen,
what's it called? Stands 10 toes. Yeah. He said,
petty for life.
No, Drake is petty for life. He's a Scorpio. It makes sense. Like, so he virtually was part of this year's JUNO Awards, where he was presenting an award to pay tribute to Nelly Furtado for her contribution for Canadian music, and he was basically putting her in, I think it's like a hall of fame that they have, right?
Canadian Music Hall of Fame.
And he was like, you know, she's my best friend, one of my best friends. I had to do this. Like, don't scrub your face. It's got friends.
Who knew that they were friends?
What do you mean? Does that surprise you?
No, but
that does not surprise me. When you look at who Drake has on his Instagram page and all of them parties he goes to, very much all look like Nelly Furtado. So while he was there in this little virtual video, he joked and said basically like to the JUNOs, because you're honoring my dear friend tonight, I will spare you. So everyone's like, ooh, spare, because apparently they have this long running feud, because in 2011 he hosted the JUNO Awards, like did the whole hosting, right, thinking that he was gonna win something, and he won nothing. So then he says, even though I know you're thinking about the 6 awards you gave away to Shad when you snubbed Take Care when I hosted the 40th anniversary of the award show, this is about Nelly. This is what he said.
I feel like he had to. Because
he had to mention it.
Because people would be like, oh, I thought you do, and now you do. You know what I mean? He's saying, this is why I'm here.
I'm here for Nelly.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let you know that also, I'm not going to be there for Nelly.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it virtually, because I still don't fuck with you.
No, he said consider, at the end of the speech, he was like, consider that in the past or something along that line.
I mean, but let's be real, he still didn't step foot in the venue.
He's opened up the relationship as somebody that worked for that production company
and knows that he was ignoring them for years. But yeah, I just found it so funny that like you're presenting this award to your friend, you're talking about how amazing she is and how much she deserves this, but we must start off by letting people know, I don't fuck with you. This is why I don't fuck with you. Just remember that there was 6 awards. Also, that man Shad, whatever his name is, that got the literally.
Who is he?
He's a rapper. Apparently, won all of these 6 awards that Drake didn't win that year.
Where is he today?
Exactly. I think that's the point that Drake was trying to
right.
Right.
Yeah.
He's catching strays wherever that man is. I hope that he's blessed and highly favored and doing well for himself. But he literally just catch this stray where Drake is trying to make an example out of you. You didn't want to support me. You didn't want to support me. You didn't want to give me my awards, all 6 of them. You wanted to give to this man. Take Care is now classic. I'm fucking Drake.
His biggest album.
Yeah.
And literally, I'm fucking Drake. And where the fuck is that guy that you gave my awards to? Yeah. And for that simple mistake, you ain't seen me for 16 years.
And also, I won't let you use my venue for anything.
And I won't ever let you use my venue for anything. Like Drake said, try me and I'm gonna get you 6 times.
And you know what? Facts. I think that might be like the big, like a bigger problem of Canada as a whole.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Your biggest artist, like, and come on, at Take Care stage, like, he was big enough for you lot to let him host the awards, but you don't think he was big enough to give him any type of award?
And I actually think that's a problem with award shows in general. I find it very disrespectful that you would have someone come on your show, host the thing, parade it up and down, load the lines, outfit changes, and then you don't want to give them an award. Make that make sense.
He's better than me, boy.
That's weird, right?
Yeah,
I think that's so disrespectful.
Yeah.
And then he turned his back on this big machine, because at that point, yeah, he was big enough to host, but he obviously still wasn't Drake at the time.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know where his career is going to go. He doesn't know if he's going to become who he is now. But he took the limb and basically was like, I'm not going to celebrate anything with you. I don't want to come to any of your awards. You can invite me. I will never show up. And he just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And they couldn't do nothing about it. Yeah. I love it so much when the individual person becomes bigger than the organization that was trying to shun them, silence them, hold them back to the point that it makes no difference who is the JUNO Awards, but we all know Drake.
Honestly. And I think they didn't realize how many people that were on his side that also now wasn't gonna fuck with them for years.
Yeah. I mean, what else is there really to say? Shout out to Drake at the end of the day.
It's a shame, because we were just saying, like, had they not snubbed him, where would the JUNOs be with Drake's support now?
Where would the JUNOs be? Where would Canadian music be?
Yeah.
Global.
Do you think?
He would, when he's an ambassador for something, he really goes hard.
He does.
Some people don't know about this awards outside of.
No one knows about this award outside
I don't know, JUNO.
I barely know about it here.
Like when
and
you win a MOBO, like it might mean something elsewhere.
Yeah. Well, I know about Legacy. I don't know about JUNOs.
Yeah, but that's
and they definitely
proximity.
Yeah. They don't. Nobody's talking about no Legacy Award outside of Canada. They don't know what that is.
Or Toronto.
Well, no one's about the MOBOs really. Anyways,
even in the Nelly Furtado tribute, they had a clip of her winning a MOBO or a Brit or something, and she's like, "I won a Brit or a MOBO."
A MOBO's crazy, but fair.
Yeah, I need them to do something about it.
She acknowledged the Black community support.
Yeah, we rock with Nelly Furtado. Nelly Furtado
that
rocks
was
with
the
us.
first thing she said in her speech.
Oh yeah.
Good for her.
Anyways, next. Okay, no, Senegal. Oh, they don't give a fuck. I'm so sorry, but this is the level of petty. This is the level of no one's gonna hold me back that I am here for. So they won against Morocco for the African Championship? AFCON. Right. So they won. They had some issues there where they walked off stage for 17 minutes because Morocco fans were moving mad. Like, they also had people behind the goalie snatching and trying to steal his towel so the man couldn't wipe the sweat out of his eye so that he could play the game. They had questionable ref situations. All of this, the crowd was being racist, shouting at them. It was a whole mess. So part of this was Senegal being like, listen, I don't want my players being on this pitch with you lot doing all this nonsense. We're gonna come off the pitch. Had a little conversation, whatever. They come back on, they resume playing, and then they win. Okay? Was it 0-3? Was it 0-3 or 0-1? Yeah, it was 0-3. So it was like,
is it but the extra time.
Oh, because of the extra time. And then they scored one?
Yeah.
Right. But they won. Basically. They would have won regardless. Right? And then after this, it gets overturned because they're basically saying that by them walking out of the stage for the 17 minutes is them forfeiting the match. So they have overturned their win and given it to Morocco. But Senegal saying, who gon' check me, boo? The president then posts this picture on his X with the trophy behind him, being like, come get it. You can overturn this. You can say that it needs to go back to Morocco, whatever you're not saying. I don't give a damn. But who's gonna come into my office and snatch this off my shelf? Nobody. No one is snatching this. And then just this weekend, they were playing against Peru. They also won, mind you, because they keep winning. Won against Peru, and then they took this same trophy out onto the pitch and paraded it around. Paraded this same trophy around that technically is not theirs, but it's theirs. They got it. Who's gonna come to Senegal and take it? Nobody. So I rate them. I'm so sorry. I rate it. I'm here for it. No one is coming to snatch this trophy from them. And they are the rightful winners. I don't really care about this whole overturning thing because they walked off the pitch for 17 minutes. It was 17 minutes, not that deep.
Just for clarification, the reason it was 3-0 is because of them walking off the pitch. So they overturned it from a 1-0 victory to Senegal to a 3-0 victory to Morocco.
Make that make sense. I'm so sorry. So Senegal was 1-0 to Senegal.
Yeah, as in they scored
0, right?
Yeah.
And then by overturning it, Morocco then got 2 goals.
It's 3-0 victory. For the penalty, it's like a kind of like a penalty, I guess.
This is racism.
Corruption.
This is corruption and racism. I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to make it true, but I can't prove it.
It just feels like.
But for me, this is giving racism because make it make sense. They wouldn't even let the goalie wipe his eyes with his towel. They were actually snatching. They literally had people running on the pitch, snatching this man's towel so he couldn't wipe his eyes. There literally was a Senegalese, the second goalkeeper was fighting them, holding onto the towel, rolling on the floor to hold onto this towel because they kept trying to steal the towel so that they could try and corrupt these people so they couldn't win. These people are sick in the head.
It was a wild game.
I'm telling you, and it's racism. You know that. Just because they're Africans don't mean they're for us. Next. We're moving into For the Smoke. Do you know what? I don't even know if I want to do this, child. I don't even know if I want to talk about this. I'm not going to lie.
Boom.
Racism to more racism.
Oh, Lord.
What does it mean? Who knows? Nobody knows what this means. So the UN has declared that the transatlantic slave trade is known as the gravest crime against humanity to ever happen in the world. We knew that because we Black. We knew that because our family are in the Caribbean, in the US, and all over the goddamn world because of it. We knew that because Africa has been raped, stripped. We know that because even now in the Congo, there's shit going on. We know that. But now the UN has finally announced that, okay? They voted on it. And we already know the culprits who said that they voted against it. So the US voted against it, obviously. And Israel voted against it, obviously. But then there was a bunch of countries that abstained, so they didn't vote at all. And guess who those were? Portugal, the UK, France, all of the people that we know. Empires. All of the empires that we know have been raping these people's land. And why would they abstain? Because they can't say no, because that would then act as if they don't believe what they did was true. But they can't say yes, because that would then mean that they would have to pay us reparations. They don't want to act as if what they did to us was the most horrific thing that has ever happened in humanity, even though we all know that it was. Fuck these people.
But basically it's saying that, look, we did some bad shit in the past. Like, let's not start grading what's the worst.
Yeah, what's the worst thing? Yeah. Like,
God,
and obviously, Israel's going to say no because they believe what happened over there is like, for them, is the worst thing that's ever happened, for one. And the US ain't going to say it either. Like, no one's going to... The people that were implicit in this is not going to be like, yes, we did really bad things. It's so true. Like, they're not going to say that. So what does this mean?
That's my frustration.
It means nothing. Because, like, let's be real. The UN voted that Gaza was a genocide. Absolutely nothing. The UN said that they should stop bombing Gaza. Nothing ever happens. Everything at the UN is a crock of shit.
It's symbolic.
It's a crock of shit. It doesn't mean
sustainability goals.
it does this exactly. Those, if you don't want to follow, you ain't gonna follow. They don't have no army, so they can't enforce any of these things.
They're suggestions.
They're suggestions.
It's a mothers' meeting.
Literally. And the fact that we've upheld this bullshit for so long to make it seem as if they have any real power in the way in which people do things is a joke.
I think they had more standing back in the day, but now we have leaders that are happy to play in the grey and happy to go against the grain and don't care about being like kumbaya with everybody. There are leaders that just will do things that other leaders in the past would be like, that's unspeakable. 100%. There's no code anymore, right?
And there's no repercussions.
Because they don't need them.
Yeah.
They don't need to look favorable. Leaders now care more about kissing up to the billionaire millionaires and making sure that those people are happy than caring about international law, caring about working with other countries.
But before, there was only certain allies. But now, a place like the US will be like, well, if we can't have the UK, we'll try and cozy up with Russia or whatever. Before, there was only very few other countries you could really get on your side. But now it's like the whole world is open for that, depending on if it works for your agenda.
I agree.
Yeah, the whole
UN,
world's up for
and that's
grabs.
why I said the UN means nothing, is nothing. And let's be real, if we want to talk about sex trafficking children, there are many projects through the UN that have been in Africa doing all sorts of heinous things. So you are nobody to be turning around talking about, oh, let's vote on this crime and this is so evil. You guys are part of the reason why half of these people are in these countries doing all of these missions and work.
So then if this doesn't mean anything, why can't they admit to it?
Because it doesn't mean anything in terms of the UN can't do anything about it.
Yeah, there's no legal
But if it means something in terms of we would maybe say something about it.
Yeah, but legally that...
Oh yeah, well, let's be real. Windrush, they ain't getting no money from the Windrush generation. Still ain't got their money that they were supposed to give. We know that.
It's probably going into programs and
like, do you know what I mean? All they did was redo Brixton, give us a nicer square and a few statues.
No,
do you know what I mean? Open a little museum.
Give you a train line.
Like, ain't nothing going down there. Yeah, gave us a named a train line after us. Do you know what I mean? But
Already,
other than that,
already purpose train line.
No one's grandma, auntie's getting anything. Got anything.
Well, to be fair, the point of it was this was meant to start a conversation about reparations. So it's like, this is the thing that leads to that conversation. I don't think we're going to see reparations in this.
Do you know what's so funny? The whole reparations thing, especially in the UK, really grinds my gears. And the reason why it really grinds my gears is because up until 2014, families of slave owners were still getting money, reparations, from the UK government through taxpayers' money because of their lack of stock. Black people being the stock that we're talking about, right? Loss of, yeah. So
by the abolishment of the
of the abolishment of slavery. And I would like to point out that Tiye Noelle, as a black woman in the UK, was working in 2014, and my black money was going to these white families to pay them back for enslaving my ancestors.
Wow.
I actually think that's disgusting.
Disgusting. And for them to tell me that they can't give back reparations to said black people when you have on paper, on file that I have been paying you, that means you can pay me.
Furthermore, just give us the money that we were giving to them. Give it back.
Give it back.
The whole conversation, I think I saw like on Good Morning Britain or one of them places that some guy was saying, but why should we have to pay for, blah, blah, stuff that was done in the past? And it's like, brother, like, we as a collective just finished paying in 2015
literally
to compensate for the loan that was taken out to compensate slave owners. So this whole discussion that people have about but why should we pay now? Like,
we've been paying.
Yeah.
And even if
but it's okay to pay to them, but not okay to pay for us.
Yes.
But pay for them.
But even if we weren't paying, going into the banks, going into the buildings, going into everything that was built up off the backs of those things. That's like laughing in our face every day. Going into the museums and seeing all the things. Almost every building in central London is built off the back of the slave trade.
And don't even get started on America, but
And
I
that
just think
trade
that
line,
this,
that TFL,
Oh.
that my granddaddy worked hard. Thank you very much.
Lloyds of London.
What the hell?
Banking institutions, all these like
they fucking tried it.
Buildings.
They fucking tried it. So yeah, fuck the UN.
Felt like rage bait, to be fair.
This is rage bait.
Yeah.
This is rage bait because it actually means and will mean nothing to us.
Yeah.
Nothing will change. They are never going to pay us back this money. They are not going to pay us back this money. They're playing on our face. And they rather abstain than be big and bad and just say no. At least Israel and the US could be big and back to be like, nah.
Yeah. Because even if we want anything to say repay us, they'll appeal it. They'll just like extend this until it's not in our lifetime. Let's just say that. It's not in our lifetime.
It's never going to be in no one's lifetime. This is the gravest crime against humanity, but yet we never got no reparations.
It's foul, man. And it actually is. It's not even like a debatable thing. It actually is.
It makes me want to go and watch the Atlanta episode again when we got reparations. And there was wild.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Okay.
It's tonight's watch.
Into the comment section. Well,
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
we don't have many comments for into the comment section, but what we will be talking about is the Tank and Tyrese versus
chaos.
No, because actually everything that we said last week and what we thought was going to happen absolutely happened. This was not the grown and sexy verses that I was expecting. I am sick of every time there's a verses and it's R&B, these niggas want to be thugs. This is the same thing that happened with the Mario and Omarion thing. Like, everyone's always beefing. They're very aggressive. Like, Tyrese literally came out and was gunning for Tank from the beginning, and I really did not enjoy Tyrese's extraness, aggressiveness. It was very annoying, I can't lie. And I knew that he was going to be like that. If he would have just came and sang, he would have ate the fuck down. But what does Tyrese have to do? Run his mouth so much that every time he started opening his mouth, his voice was croaky. It pissed me off.
He turned it around though after the Aaliyah comment.
Yeah, no, because first of all, I want to say this. Complex, who were them hosts? They opened the show, people walking on the stage, zooming up to wires, like, very weird. Didn't like it. Some girl had some little valley voice.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we're here for Complex and Apple Music. Some white girl. Exactly. Make it make sense. Huh?
She was Asian, like Oriental.
Oh, she was Oriental? Oh, it was the voice that got me, boy.
Y'all can't say that. You're going to have to cut that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let's go back.
Okay, yeah.
She was either Chinese or Filipino or something.
Oh, well, that valley voice really annoyed me. It really annoyed me. They could have pulled someone like an Ace and Free, a Roxy, and Terrence J. I don't know who the hosts are these days in out there, but it didn't need to be them, whoever they were. They were also reading from their phones. They didn't have no cards. Like, it didn't make no sense. Anyway, so Tyrese opened up with Shingy, and I enjoyed it. So great, so great. Tank was there with all his friends. He brought out Jamie Foxx. He brought out LaToya Luckett. He brought out Trey rapist songs. And Trey songs sounded a mess.
A mess.
He looked a mess.
They said he sounded like Riley from the Boondocks.
He did sound like Riley from the Boondocks. He did sound like Riley. It was horrible. I was not a fan of it. Personally, myself actually thinks that Tyrese did sound better than Tank. When Tank started, I didn't think that he sounded that great, how we're used to him sounding, to be honest. So there were moments when it first started that Tyrese sounded really good. But then guess what he did? He came on stage and started smoking a spliff. Please. Voice got a little shaky. Voice got a little shaky there. He then tried to say that it was to do with the audio and the sound. Although for me, he sounded better than Tank at one point, so it didn't make any sense to me. But you're there smoking weed, voice getting raspy, and then every minute he was there coming at Tank in this aggressive way that like was giving hip hop, and it was, you know, I just wasn't enjoying it. I didn't enjoy that bit.
So what was the Aaliyah comment?
So Tank did
Come over
that he wrote for Aaliyah, right? And then he was all like, no, but he also sang another song before, and it was a song that I knew. So and like I'm not a deep in the cut know all of Tank's songs. So he was like, so Tyrese was like, why are you always playing these songs that nobody knows? And everyone was like, whoa.
Because even if you meant the first song, the last song
you're singing it. You're saying this after Aaliyah.
The Aaliyah one. So people were like, no. Like we know that song, and also don't disrespect Aaliyah. I think he realized what he did, and then his demeanor kind of became more friendly after that.
I don't think his demeanor was friendly after that.
He still bantered, but he majorly like 180.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a 180. It shifted.
60.
It wasn't complete.
It was still back and forth, but it didn't have the same level of aggression. It was more bantery, I felt like, after that. Because he tried to be like, no, like, this is my brother, we're like, and go and change, like, don't worry about the time,
Yeah, he tried to do all of that stuff where he was like, don't worry about the time, like, you can take as much time as you want. But then afterwards was like, get this Trey Songz off the stage, which... That was the only time, literally, that was because Trey Songz came on as if he was trying to do a set.
Yeah.
He was like, turn this music down. Everybody, like, Trey, nobody wants to hear or see you.
Because he was like, oh, I love these brothers, and something about calling you, and Tyrese like, I don't have your number.
You don't have my number, and I don't have your number.
And Trey was like, whoa, like, we're going to be like that. He's like, I will separate myself.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about why the thing about it is he brought Trey Songz after Jamie Foxx, and that Jamie Foxx performance was so good. They were harmonizing, like it was like it went to church with Jamie Foxx. It was really, really, really good. So to go from Jamie Foxx to Trey Songz, and not even Trey Songz in his prime, but raggedy Trey Songz that sounds like Riley. It was horrible.
So apparently Trey Songz crashed that. JBP was saying, because I think on their
they called Tank.
Show, they called him, and they said, Tank said that, that I think Trey Songz called him before and was like, yeah, I'm trying to come, and he was like, yeah, cool, and then he just got like someone when he was on stage, someone just said, yeah, Trey's here.
He was no. So basically, what it was that Omarion, Marcus Houston, all of these people were meant to come and perform with Tank because Tank wrote those songs, and in the verses he sings the songs. But the point was he was meant to have them come out and perform, right? So when he was talking to Trey, he was like, yeah, it would have been good if he was like, you could turn up, like that would be great, like that would be nice, like just try to be nice and polite,
like them hypothetical.
And then but then obviously people didn't come, and then Trey says, I'm here. I'll do it.
I believe he changed his flight, actually.
Literally, so he could come. So then he was like, you know what? I haven't had all of these people that were supposed to come out for me. Bring on Trey. Let Trey come out. Not knowing that Trey was going to be terrible and really embarrassing. And late. Do you know who was great though? LaToya Luckett looked phenomenal. And she was like, sing that shit. Like she was also giving gangster. Loved it. Sad that, Marion and...
Do you remember the Valentine brother that
the brother came out and oh my god,
was drunk
there was a few questionable things from the Tank side because and everyone in the comments was like, this is Tank and friends.
Yeah, so for that reason, could you give the W to Tank?
Yes, we can give the W to Tank.
Nah, I don't.
Listen,
I don't
Tank
feel like
performed
fair,
when Tank. Okay, I will say that one of my gripes with Tank that I didn't enjoy was that when they were playing the songs that he wrote, he had his background singers sing it, and some of it I do feel like it would have been better if he sang "Oh" and all of these other songs that he wrote, right? So I can agree that the and friends thing is justified because he really had the background. He even went over to Tyrese's side and had Tyrese's background singer sing with him. That was disrespectful.
It was great.
It was great, but it was disrespectful. So I can agree. However, he sang his songs down. I think people that maybe didn't know who Tank was in terms of his music left satisfied. Then you had him with his pen satisfied, and then also no shade, but if it wasn't for Tank, that whole performance would have been a mess. He is the one that basically regulated that whole stage. He kept it professional, kept it classy where he could, gave a good back and forth and let Tyrese have his moments. When Tyrese was going and doing his 10 million outfit changes, Tank was out here entertaining the people, singing a little doo-wop, 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 bringing in the choir, making it. Then he made it literally, and then I was just about to say, and ended off by making the legendary turtleneck, like, and made a whole song. There was no. Listen, Tyrese sang great when he did sing.
When he sang songs that people were waiting for.
Yeah. A great, sweet lady, gorgeous, but also at the same time, there was many times when he was giving the mic to someone else, like, you need to hurry, you need to sing. Why are you giving out the mic? So I'm not trying to say that he did terrible, but for everything that Tank did within that performance, even down to turtleneck, Tank won.
Yeah.
Fair.
Did you hear the Tank turtleneck song?
I did, yeah. I didn't see the full verses. I just saw
so
I just dipped in a bit here and there. But what I will say is, it didn't look like how I thought it was gonna look. I thought like, and I'm coming from like the Locks and do you know what I mean, like and Dipset. So I thought like it would be. Then it's Locks and Dipset, so it's different. But even still, I just thought that it would have gotten the verses treatment, and it didn't feel like that. So I agree with you. From what I saw, it did look a bit chaotic.
It was so chaotic, man. Yeah. It was too chaotic. I thought it was going to be so grown and sexy. And if
no babies were made.
No, listen. No baby. You know, we were like, oh, if you had a little steak and some asparagus and mashed potato with some wine and some candle lights, and it was going to be all of that. If it was Tank and Tank alone, yeah, maybe. But then Tyrese was there, Jody ghettoing up the place, like baby boy in it. It was too much. Him smoking, him chatting about his girl, like it was very weird. Like Tyrese is.
Do you think there has been a good R&B versus to date? No. Okay.
Except for like I did like even though there was a bit of drama between, was it the Ashanti and Keisha Cole one, like those old school ones where people were sitting down playing the music. Mm-hmm. But since they've done the live shows, I think it's only been that Omarion, Sammy, Mario mix thing, and this, and both of them were ghetto as fuck. Do you know who it should have been? Tank and Joe.
Yeah. People would say, "Oh, Tyrese
I just mean
and Joe."
Grown men. Yeah, basically, just not Tyrese. Yeah, and what was also sad is apparently, again, because of all of the flights and the scheduling and stuff, Genuine was meant to come, and then they were meant to do TGT.
Because you can stay there. It's all right. I don't think they needed all of that. So yeah.
No, Ken. I actually think if Genuine was there and they ended it with TGT and they made it seem like there was going to be an announcement to like a potential album or something, I don't know if that's even going to happen, because I think that Tyrese's ego is bruised. I wouldn't be surprised if he was like, we're not doing this anymore, because he felt like he was going to be the star of the show. But if they would have ended it on TGT, Genuine came out, that would have been phenomenal. If Omarion and Marcus Houston came out, that would have been phenomenal. Ooh, would we want Marcus Houston to come out? Maybe not. Omarion, yeah. Marcus Houston, maybe not. Same way we don't want Trey, we don't need Marcus Houston. What do you mean? Marcus Houston is married to his 19 his wife that he met when she was 17, married at 19, was in a cult, and it was someone's cousin. Like, it's very weird.
I did forget.
Yeah, so we don't need to see Marcus Houston. Also, all of the other stuff that was going on with Marcus Houston and B2K and all that stuff. But Omarion, we would have loved to see. But yeah, I would have thought that if they ended it with TGT, that would have been phenomenal.
Yeah, fair. That was a sick album. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely here for another album. From
Yeah,
them,
I don't need Complex to be involved ever again if they're the ones that brought those hosts. I also need Apple Music to reel in that pre-show. Didn't like that, Ebro, like you, but that was unnecessary. The after show was funny, can't lie, because again, Tyrese was like, "Oh," at the moment when we all thought that Tyrese left, but then he came back and said, "No, I was doing pre-shows." I'm not gonna lie, I think he left. I think he left. He left and left his girl on there. And then once he heard that Tank was making a joke about it and his girlfriend was still there, he had to try and come back and redeem himself. But I think he left. I think he stormed off that stage because he wasn't happy.
Yeah, with the sound.
Yeah. Temper tantrum.
Damn.
I need Tyrese to get it together, to be honest. Not gonna lie. You are too good of a singer and too fine because he looked good as fuck. Can't lie. Very nice. He looks so good.
And then when Jamie came on the stage?
What, with that tall hat? Jamie Foxx hat.
But as in, like, the
Jamie Foxx hat pissed me off. I can't lie.
They've all aged really well.
Jamie Foxx is a clone. And I stand on it. I'm not gonna lie. That tall hat pissed me off.
He's been wearing it for a minute.
And that Jamie motherfucking Foxx. He said that for 10 minutes. That pissed me off too. It was good, but goodbye, Jamie. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. We are on episode 9, so next week will be episode 10. If you have not subscribed to the Tiye Noelle Show, make sure you subscribe. We are on the track to 1,000. We are very far away, which means you need to get a friend and your mama and your auntie and all your emails, your work email. Subscribe with your work email. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Love yous.